What is up, McManus MMA fam? We are back and we are very quiet today because today is technically Easter and my family is all asleep. So we are trying to be our quietest little boy. But it's hard to be quiet when Hinato Moicano goes out there and looks like a world champion against Chris Duncan. Um, I'm going to be breaking down the card from the top to the bottom, the opposite of what we do for predictions. Hinato Moicano looked amazing out there. He was working really well behind his jab and then landed a nice, I think it was just in one of those little frenzy brawls that they got into a couple times, and he lands just a nice right hand on Chris Duncan's head that flash knocks him down, and he jumps right on him, takes his back, and gets the rear naked choke in round two, which I predicted round two rear naked choke. Please go back and look at that. May be the best predictor on YouTube at this point. That I put my hands up and said, you know what, just give it to me, man. I deserve it at this point. At this point, I deserve it. Um, yeah, of course he gets on the mic and gives another incredible post-fight, speech, letting everybody know as well. I didn't want to knock Dariush out, so I let him go. Thank you. Thank you for giving Dariush a W. Thank you. Thank you, man. We really appreciate that. We all appreciate you sparing the GOAT, Beneil Dariush. But, yeah, man, I knew that Chris Duncan was not up for this, man. I knew that his most recent win is Terrence McKinney. And if you're beating Terrence McKinney, you're getting a ranked opponent like this, then damn, give it the entire lightweight division at this point. But, yeah, I think you have to give him the Dan Hooker fight at this point. Easy money, bro. Easy money. We have to give it to him. You have to give Hinato Moicano the Dan Hooker fight. Paddy Pimblett's reportedly booked against BSD for International Fight Week. So let's get Moicano versus Dan Hooker maybe in August. That would be awesome. Let's go for that. Virna Jandiroba versus Tabitha Ricci. I'm not even gonna lie, I was in the bathroom for the first round, taking a poop, watching Game of Thrones edits on Instagram Reels. I came back and saw exactly what I thought I was going to see, which was Jandiroba just taking Ricci down and holding her there. And in the third round, Ricci was able to defend a couple takedowns, but oh, excuse me, the check fight was so boring. Um, but wasn't able to get anything off. Obviously, she looked a lot quicker on the feet, but these numbers, I swear to God, I saw them land, 100 strikes, not 26 and 37, but whatever. She calls for a rematch against Mackenzie Dern. Girl, that is not happening ever. Zhang Weili is coming back, taking that belt, and you are never touching this belt. Ever. Ever. I don't think she beats anybody in this division for a belt. So, good luck with that. And Callum Walsh, I told you guys, they just want Tabitha Ricci and Callum Walsh to be champions together, but never gonna have it, my friend. Let's move on. Abdul Rahman Yakiev versus Benson Rivera. I predicted that he would win by finish in the first or second round. Literally just mauled Benson Rivera. He took some nasty shots in the beginning. I was like, oh, here we go. And then he started getting into the groove of things. Was moving, and the second he got onto the ground, the fight was just over. Not much more I really need to say. This went, I think, exactly like everybody else predicted as well. Um, just a domination from this guy, giving him a total can. So give him an actually decent, competent opponent next. That'd be awesome. Moving on, bro. I've seen enough. Give Ethan Ewing the belt, bro. Give him Peter Yan. I've seen enough. Ethan Ewing is going to be a problem in the bantamweight division. I, honest to God, would not be upset if they gave him a ranked opponent at this point. He was styling on Rafael Esteban from the very beginning of this fight. Was just beating him every single where the fight went. Every single time he stuffed every takedown. If his legs hit the ground, he was able to get back up immediately. He just looked like a master out there, and he was playing with his food. He could have finished the fight in round two. He had SFM hurt really bad against the cage, and he was playing with his food. His shot selection was so good. He had great clinch work, landing really good knees, and just again his shot selection was so good. He was just finding these perfect counters. His head movement was just so good. Oh my God, man, Ethan Ewing is so good. He's so good. He's so good, man. Um, and he body shot TKO's the guy in round 3. MMA Guru, bro, I'm sure he's at home rubbing his big fat chud belly. The amount of body shot TKOs that happened in this on this card was crazy. So we'll get to it. We'll get to the next two, but this one he catches him right in the belly, in the liver, and it didn't even look like a clean shot. And the dude just went down. He couldn't do anymore. He was out. So Ethan Ewing, give him a high like top 25 opponent just so we can get him in the rankings. Honestly, he looked so good out there. He looked so good. I cannot stress it enough that he was just playing with his food. And this guy was an actual like contender. This dude was undefeated, and I mean, the odds were so close. I thought Ethan Ewing was going to win this one through a war, and it wasn't really a war. He really was just playing with his food. So huge props to Ethan Ewing. This dude is an absolute badass. Tommy McMillan, man, this dude is a total tool. That's the best way to describe him. He's a tool. Um, Again, I thought that this fight would have been closer because I didn't think that his Contender Series fight was that impressive. I thought that he looked, and again, the best way I can compare this dude's striking is like Adrikus Duplessis. He's throwing these strikes that look so weird and untechnical, but they're landing. Um, and he just overwhelmed Zucchini immediately. Got him against the cage and landed a knee up the middle that hit him in the belly. Put the dude down. He couldn't do it anymore. So yeah, I mean, again, this striking is so strange. It should not work. And Timbo and Sugar were there. I'm sure Schmitty was in the crowd somewhere. Tommy McMillan's getting a reward, bro. He's getting some CBD gummies for sure. For sure, he's getting CBD gummies as a reward. So, um, yeah, man, I don't really know. I mean, Tommy McMillan, I thought that he was gonna win this fight by submission in round 2, but he body shot TKO's the guy against the cage. Again, MMA guru, bro. Crafty body shot TKO against the cage incoming. I'm sure he is just having the time of his life right now. But yeah, man, great performance against this guy. Please, He says he wants to be really active. He said he wants to fight 4 times this year. So yeah, man, put him on International Fight Week. Put him anywhere. You can throw him on any card upcoming. Um, yeah, dude, let's go for that. Jose Delano versus Robert Ruchila. Ruchila. Um, yeah, Delano just was one step ahead the entire fight. Yeah. There was a moment in this fight, if I'm not mistaken, where somebody. No, I'm thinking of a different fight. I'm thinking of a totally different fight. But yeah, Jose Delano again. It was just one step ahead. His striking was just quicker. He just looked sharper. I think people gave Richla round 1. Um, I don't think I did, but yeah, man, he was just moving different. Um, Swinging more, just more active. Great clinch work, great knees, if I'm not mistaken. Great knees. There was somebody else in this card who had really great clinch work, which we'll get to, but I thought he would win by decision. He won by decision. I think I might have said KO TKO as well, but whatever, man. I'm crafty. I'm a crafty fence sitter, so I want to move on to some other fights that I remember more. This was a good fight, but not the most memorable. No disrespect to Jose Delano. He looked good, man. He looked good. Let's move to the prelims. Bro, Thomas Peterson. We can just see Yuri just looking at us. We'll talk about you next week, Yuri, bro. Don't worry. Yuri Pat versus Thomas Peterson. I picked a crafty Thomas Peterson by decision, and look what happened, man. Round 1, people were saying this should have been a draw, that Pat won. The dude landed 17 total significant strikes. Peterson landed more in the first round, but Pat just wasn't throwing and was super reserved for some reason. I'm not sure what he was doing because he clearly had the advantage on the feet. His jab and oh my god, his jabs and just the strikes he was throwing were hurting Peterson a lot more. Round 2, you could I think I gave to Pat just because he landed a little bit more. But round 3, Thomas Peterson goes for a shot. They get against the cage into another clinch. I think he hits him with a knee to the body and then just taps him on the chin with a right hook, throws him down to the ground, and just Peterson gets to like half guard and then was just beating the brakes off of him. And he sat in half guard. He should have taken mount, or honest to God, just gotten up and could have finished him. But Thomas the Train Peterson, bro. Walking out to All-Star by Smash Mouth and Thomas the Train is your nickname, bro. Congrats, bro. I'm rooting for you for the rest of your life, my friend. I don't understand the judge that gave Guilherme Pat the first 2 rounds, who had a 28-28, I believe. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't understand some of the judging, but there's another fight in here I want to talk about that I can see. That had to do with judging, but no, not that one, but a different one. Thomas Peterson, man, congrats to the boy. I'll be rooting for you. Alessandro Costa versus Stuart Nickel. I picked Costa to win this one by KO TKO, and he gets a bonus. I saw that he got a bonus, but Ethan Ewing didn't, and I'm kind of upset about that. Yeah, Acosta landed. Oh my gosh, I can't even really remember this fight at all. What happened during this fight? Oh, I think these guys were kicking like crazy. Um, there were a lot of spinning back kicks, if I'm not mistaken. Um, every time that I go to look for something, I just see that the Joshua Van news, which we will talk about. Um, we will talk about that next week. But yeah, okay. So he got a performance bonus. Alice Pereira got a performance bonus. No Ethan Ewing performance bonus. And fight of the night was McMillan. Was the Tommy McMillan fight? What the hell are we talking about, man? That doesn't make a lick of sense. I don't understand that at all. Um, yeah, oh, this was also a body shot, wasn't it? It was a glancing body shot. It was a glancing body shot TKO. It like barely hit him. It barely hit him. Um, it just tapped him in the liver, and he was out and down for the count. Just didn't want to be there. Um, again, yeah, this was the other one. MMA Guru, bro. I know he was just furious, bro. Furious. Um, but yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm moving on to Lando Vernada versus Darius Flowers. Darius. I picked Lando Vernada to win this one, and he got his rib broken in the first round, it looked like. Um, he went for like a guillotine, and Darius Flowers like slammed him on the ground. It hit his shoulder. I think his rib broke. And then the second round, he goes for a takedown. They hit the ground, and he like winced in pain. He couldn't do it anymore. And Darius just teed off on him on the ground, and the ref had to jump in. But yeah, his rib is broken or something, caused him to lose the fight. Um, congrats Darius Flowers. However, he went on the post fight and was like talking mad shit and was like, bro, nobody's done this. Nobody's taken a fight on elevation in 4 days notice and all this shit. It's like, dude, plenty of people have. I don't know what you're talking about. He was talking he was talking bullshit on the mic, so that pissed me off. It's like, bro, you broke your opponent's rib. I'm not, discrediting that because I'm a Joshua Van fan, but yeah, this was a crazy KO. Alice Pereira versus Cohen. Haley Cohen was getting absolutely blasted against the face. Just teed off on her face in the first round. Second round, she gets a takedown. The second they get up, Alice Pereira just knees her right up the middle. And welcome to the club, Haley Cohen, of you and Jeff Neal getting knocked out so bad snot flies out of your mouth. So, or out of your nose. Snot rocket. Performance bonus for her. Yeah, good for her. Um, she looked really good in this fight, but she's a women's bantamweight, so she's throwing shots, and you're like, she's Ronda Rousey maxing. Look, the striking is terrible, and then you're like, oh, never mind. Like that's just how these ladies punch. But um, Any chance I get to shit on WMMA, I will take it. But yeah, crazy, crazy, crazy KO. I'm glad there were so many finishes in this card. This card was not that bad, man. This card on paper, man. I know I was trashing it in the last video I made, but on paper it was not a great card. But it's always these cards, like these ones that you don't even expect, um, that come out and are just pretty decent and turn out to be pretty damn entertaining. Um, so yeah. Let's move on. Let's move back on. Azamat Bekayev versus Tresean Gore. Tresean Gore went out there and with the most heart. It was literally like Jujutsu Kaisen, man. Give it everything you have, just this once, every ounce, and he did, man. And he had Unk in his corner. He had why am I blanking on his name? I can see him. Just fought MVP 319. I was there. Um, it'll come to me, but Azamat Bekayev almost knocked out Tresean Gore in the second round, but dude came back hot, was looking good, and just outpaced him. Just had more heart. He wanted to be there more, um, and that's just huge respect to him. Jared Cannonier, that's his name. Jared Cannonier was there, um, and yeah, he just wanted. This dude had heart, man. It's the best way I could say it. This dude had heart. Um, yeah. It was honestly inspirational stuff. Inspirational stuff from dude, this might be one of the worst videos of all time. If you made it to this point in the video, this is the worst video of all time. I'm fighting to stay awake. I'm trying to be quiet. I'm coughing. This is a terrible video. Holy cow, this is a terrible video. Yeah, Tresean Gore locks up the guillotine. Oh, and I farted. Oh, I hope I hope the mic picked that up. I'm farting. Dude, this might be the worst video of all time. Oh my god. This might be the worst video of all time. Tresean Gore locks up the guillotine in round 3 and submits Azamat Bekayev, man. Had heart, he wanted to be there more. Congrats to him, bro. I gotta get out of here, bro. Diane Barboza versus Melissa Gatto. She DQ kicked her, knocked her out. She kind of faked it. She did like a Rodolfo Bellato where she like looked at the ref and then the ref was like, "You're fine." She was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then Diane Barboza just wins by decision. Only other person I've ever seen knock somebody out and lose the fight by decision is, or no, I don't think I've ever seen somebody knock somebody out and then win the fight by decision. How's it say? Because Silva knocked out Bisping and Bisping won. I don't think I've seen that before, but yeah. Kai Kamaka versus Dakota Hope, and I realized that I met Dakota Hope when I met the GOAT Joshua Van in December. Um, I realized that like as the fight was going on, I'm like, I've met this guy. This dude was there with Joshua Van. Um, and yeah. I thought this was a really close fight. I know people were like, dude, you didn't win the fight just because you landed a takedown at the end of the third round. He gassed out at the end of the third round. He looked amazing in the first round. Great clinch work, knees, elbows, everything in between. Kai Kamaka came back second round, put the pace on him a little bit. Um, I think he almost got knocked out in the beginning of the second round, very beginning of the second round, and then came back. Um, and then third round I thought was really close. Obviously, I gave it to Dakota Hope because I was rooting for him and I picked him to win by decision. But I can understand that it goes to Kai Kamaka. But we'll see Dakota Hope again. I hope we see him again. Dude, he looked good. He just got to work on his cardio, bro. He just got to work on his cardio. Um, honest to God, not a bad card. How many finishes do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in a row. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 finishes out of 12 fights. I like those odds, man. That's pretty good. Money Moicano's the GOAT. I gotta get out of here, man. This is the worst video of all time. If you made it to this point in the video, bro, just know that this is the worst video of all time. This is the absolute worst video of all time. I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.